Welcome to the Puffin Show.
Thank you for tuning to the Smartalecs Podcast. Make sure that you guys click the thumbs up button, click the subscribe button. You know what it is, man. Angry Al. Just here to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the things going on. You guys know that we'll be back. My whole team is in quarantine, so you know what it is. So make sure you keep your ass in the house unless you got a reason to actually be out here doing something. Other than that, let's get down to business. So, first thing I want to talk about is quarantine, of course. Basically been what's been running our lives for the past few weeks. And all I can say is just stay out of people's face. If you've been out and about, you can see that most places of business have put up, pane glass, clear glass to keep motherfuckers from breathing on people, things of that nature. I really think that this whole quarantine thing is going to change how we interact with each other as individuals. I think this is definitely going to change the world. When we get out for quarantine, I think people are going to be, it's going to be different. It definitely is going to be different. But hopefully better. Hopefully we can come out stronger than we was before we went in. But, I mean, it's definitely getting crazy out here. One of the craziest things I've heard so far is a black man in Florida was released from jail, and he did a year in jail. Came home after that year and caught his girlfriend in the bed with another dude. And what he did was he actually killed the dude and the woman. So prayers up to them and their families. But yeah. He came home. I'm guessing that, he was gone for a year. I would think that he would have been talking to her or something. Or maybe, she had told the nigga that she wasn't fuck with nobody or something. I don't know. Because after a year of being in jail, if you didn't know the nigga was coming home that day, then it doesn't seem like you guys were together. So that's my whole thing with that. Unfortunately, the young man did kill the woman and the man. And I just think it was unfortunate because it just doesn't seem. It just seemed like he was crazy. It just seemed like he was a type of person who just had issues. And unfortunately, when you deal with those type of people, sometimes they do crazy things that you just can't control. And that just sounds like what this was just an individual who definitely had some type of issues mentally, and just couldn't take the fact that his ex-girlfriend was sleeping with another man, because I can't say that was his girlfriend if he was gone for a year. He was just coming home. That was not your girlfriend, my nigga. Once you went to jail and they sentenced you, nigga, that was it. Like, then anybody tell you can't bit off no bitch, period. So if you doing a bit, nigga, you need to let them hoes go because, nigga, out of sight, out of mind. So, like I said, unfortunately, he did some sucker shit, and he'll be back in jail. Obviously, he must have liked being in jail because he wasn't out too long before he made sure he put himself back in jail. So, that's fucked up. Some of the bad things came from this quarantine. One good thing that has come from the quarantine: Tekashi 6ix9ine is home. Right? Everybody happy? Everybody ecstatic that Tekashi Snitch 9 is home? The biggest rat in the recording industry? Are you guys happy? I don't give a fuck if he's home or not. I really don't care. Do I think he still has a shot at being in the music industry? Absolutely. Cause I can see it like these young cats don't give a fuck about organized crime and the rules that niggas lived by back in the 90s and shit like that, in the 80s, and they don't give a fuck about that shit. It's 2020. Nigga, they don't give a fuck about no crack commandments, they don't give a fuck about no rules, none of that shit. They don't give a fuck about snitching. All they care about is likes and money. That's about it. Likes on Instagram and money in their bank account. I think that's all these little young niggas give a fuck about. I mean, I could see a little Uzi Vert doing a song with Tekashi easy. I could see Megan Thee Stallion doing a song with Tekashi easy. Why? Because they don't give a fuck about him snitching on nobody. I don't think they give a fuck. They don't care about the streets and the rules of the streets and shit like that. Only niggas who ain't gonna be fucking with Tekashi is real niggas. Real niggas who, give a fuck about real shit, the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because first off, you can't be seen with a snitch. Nigga, birds of a feather flock together. So nigga, if you getting caught with this nigga kicking in the shit, niggas gonna think you a snitch too. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But do I see him coming back to the industry and actually making some noise? Absolutely, absolutely. Do I see him beefing with niggas again? Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, I'm happy the brother's out of jail, you know, because I heard he was actually having some issues with his respiratory. You know, I think he had caught bronchitis and asthma, had some other issues going on with his respiratory system. So, you know, I'm glad the brother's home and, you know, he can get well. But, yeah, I don't think anything's going to change with his rap career. If anything, his shit might blow the fuck up from this shit. So, we'll see how it plays out. You know, we never know, but we'll see. So, what else was in the news? Oh, we had the British boxer. I forgot what his name was, but he did some funny shit. Like, to me, the shit was definitely wrong to do, but I do see the comedy in this shit, I guess, because it was kind of funny. The nigga put a video on Instagram of him punching a punching bag, but he was saying this is how you defend yourself against a woman. And the first shit that he said was like a straight jab to the face. Like, all right, first when she run up on you, boom, first thing you do is, boom, you explode that. He said you explode that shit on her forehead. Like, bow. He said you hit her once, boom, in the forehead. You would think that would be enough for most women. Like, you hit her with a straight shot to the face, in the forehead, face, whatever you want to call it. She should be out. She pretty much out for the count. I mean, I'm quite sure she knows at that point in time that you're not playing. But let's just say, for instance, she's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna try to take this nigga." He like, oh, she come back at you, then boom, you hit her with that left hook. I'm like, bruh, you done knock this bitch out. Like, if you hit her with that's a 2-piece combo for real. Like, you can hit a bitch with a 2-piece. Like, that's quick. You're knocking a bitch out with that. Like, bruh, like, no. That's not cool, man. You can't. I mean, I understand you probably was mad at your bitch, okay? And she probably pissed you the fuck off, and you was like, yo, I want to beat this bitch ass, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Instagram and beat up my motherfucking punching bag and say it's her. Nigga, that wasn't smart either. He didn't got his whole boxing shit suspended. He probably won't be fighting. They're looking at this nigga like he is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like he is a criminal. Like, if you don't have any domestic charges yet, nigga, we looking for you to have some soon. That's all I'm saying. But, I mean, it was just comedy gone wrong. That's all. You know, that's all I can really say. It was comedy gone wrong because, you know, like I said, when I first seen it, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, this nigga's funny. Like, he can't be serious about this shit. But I guess motherfucker said he was serious about this shit, and we're not playing that shit with you, nigga. No, you're not playing about beating up a woman. So, sorry to hear that, but you know, it is what it is. Don't be beating up on women. Don't even fake like you beating up on women. Just leave it alone. So, we also got word of Nick Cannon. Shout out to Nick Cannon. We got a trailer for the Dr. Sebi documentary, which is going to be dope. I can't wait till it comes out. It's a documentary that Nipsey Hussle was working on before his untimely passing. And his birthday, I think a year of his death was a couple days ago. So, you know, that's crazy. But that's good that he, you know, a year after his death, you on top of it, Nick. Good shit. Can't wait till it comes out. Dr. Sebi documentary. If you don't know about Dr. Sebi, it's Dr. Sebi or Dr. Sebi, one or the other. If you don't know about him, though, he is he's basically a herbalist. He was a natural healer. So he healed a lot of different. He healed AIDS. He healed syphilis, herpes. He healed a lot of illnesses that our country or our doctors say are incurable, or they don't have any cures. He cured people from shit, and the way he did it was basically changing their diets. Alkaline diets, I think sea moss or something else, but there's just a lot of different things that you can do, that you can get from the earth, different flowers, different herbs, stuff like that, and heal yourself. When your body gets those certain vitamins, minerals, and nutrients so that it can heal itself, then you don't have to focus on, you don't have to be worried about, cancer and stuff like that, because if you're eating the right things, your body's going to continuously heal itself and kill off any type of diseases or infections that come into the body, because your body and your immune system is that strong. And, once again, your body cures itself. Your body heals itself, period. So, shout out to Nick Cannon. I can't wait to see that documentary. That shit's going to be super duper dope. So like I said, I can't wait for that. One thing I didn't talk about with the quarantine, and I just had to bring it up, and I have to say it, is that right now they're stating that men who owe back child support are not getting a $1,200 check, and I just want to say that shit is totally unfair. In my opinion, if you pay taxes and you've been paying your child support, then you should get a $1,200 check. Now, if you said, hey, you pay child support, so we're going to take some child support from your check, that's fine. You can take some child support from my check, but I should still receive some type of money because I've been quarantined and I've been having to go through, whatever, the same issues that every other citizen has to go through. So why would you treat somebody who owes back child support different because they owe back child support? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. If the person has been paying taxes as well as been paying his child support, then they should get a check back. They've been going through the same shit that everybody else has been going through. Now, are there men out there who don't pay child support at all and who have never done taxes and who probably will never do taxes? Absolutely. But those individuals don't get a check because guess what? You haven't done your taxes, so you don't get a check. You haven't paid into child support, so you don't get a check. You know what I mean? So I think that should just bullshit. I think it's just a racist bylaw that they threw in there because they know that right now black people in general are focusing on generational wealth. We're starting to focus on our families. We're starting to focus on ownership, entrepreneurship. We're starting to think about businesses. We're starting to think about starting businesses. And we all know you can start a business for less than $1,000. If you don't know now, you know. You can start a business for less than $1,000. LLC, partnership, nonprofit. You can start any, and you can probably start any business with less than $1,000. And when I say start a business, I'm talking about your infrastructure, your EIN number, your articles of organization, your Duns and Bradstreet number, and your credit line. You can get all that for less than $1,000. So I think the focus was really like, yo, we can't give all these niggas this money because we're going to have too many niggas trying to, have businesses and do right, by their families and not have to go to work and slave for somebody else in their company and make their company millions of dollars while I'm at home making pennies. So I think that was one of the reasons why they did that shit. But that shit's corny. But once again, it is what it is. It's just bullshit. I mean, when you say that you're going to get a kid's $500, the kids ain't never paid shit. Kids ain't paid nothing. The kid ain't paid a tax, ain't went to school, ain't went to work, ain't did shit. But they get $500 checks? Oh, you get $500 checks for each child. That's bullshit. But, once again, it is what it is. They always make sure that they want to try to make sure that they keep the black man down, and that's just another way for them to do it. So, it is what it is. Keep it moving. Last but not least, there was a question posed on my man's podcast. Shout out to the Big Boy's House. Not Big Boy in the Morning, not Big Boy's Neighborhood, but Big Boy's House on Instagram. Make sure you go follow those guys. They've been having some pretty dope questions. And one of the questions that they posed last week was, if you're dating somebody, should they disclose that they have herpes on the first date? Now, of course, the men are like, yeah, hell yeah, you should tell that shit. But I'm going to tell you, there's probably a lot of men out there with herpes who haven't told their woman that they got herpes. But the woman, she said no. And they was like, well, why? And she kind of made a point because she was saying like, well, if I ain't had no outbreaks or nothing like that, and, it hasn't caused any issues with the relationship, and we're having protected sex, even though I think you can still get it, but regardless, having protected sex and stuff, then she said that she wouldn't divulge that she had herpes until until she felt that they were comfortable enough in the relationship, you know, to divulge that information. But in my opinion, as a woman, that's how a woman would think. As a man, we don't think like that, because if we fucking you for 6 months and you pop up like, oh yeah, baby, you know, I just want to let you know that I do have herpes and this, that, and this. Off top, we gonna flip the fuck out, because first thing we gonna think is, bitch, where you get herpes from? Like, oh, so you been fucking another nigga while we was together? Oh, you trifling bitch? That's the first thing gonna come out of our mouth. Then you gonna say, no, I had herpes when we met. I just didn't want to tell you this and this. So then we gonna be like, oh, well, bitch, you just gonna lie to me and just give me herpes? And I mean, bitch, fuck that. You know, we can't, you can't rock like that. So, in my opinion, if somebody has herpes or some type of STD, it should definitely be told, that information should be divulged early. It may not be on the first date, but during one of those late night conversations where we chopping it up on the phone and shit, that should need to be brought up. Like, oh yeah, baby, you know, I fucked around and caught herpes, and yeah, I do got herpes, and so I could be like, bitch, what'd you just say? You got herpes? Ooh, ew. So, okay, so how, okay, so what you, oh. So at that point in time, I'm probably going to say, okay, all right, that's cool, and I'll probably never talk to you again. You never know. And then I guess with her mentality was, you know, you don't want to lose that man that you really like in the beginning, so you want to try to tag him along or show him how good of a woman you are, so that when you do divulge that information, he may, you know, look past it as, oh, well, you're a good woman and you're this and you're that, so I don't care. No, it's not going to be like that. Niggas are going to look at you like you straight lied to us for the past however long you didn't tell us you had herpes. And we're going to have an attitude with that, and that's probably going to end the relationship. So, this is my 2 cents on the whole herpes conversation. Yeah, if you have some type of sexually transmitted disease, I think you should divulge that information early. I mean, I've even gotten to the point where some women be like, do you have your medical records? Can I see your medical records? And I'll be like, bitch, no. Can I see your medical records? What the fuck this look like? If I say I ain't got it, bitch, I ain't got it. But at the same time, I understand. A motherfucker saying, let me see your medical records. I want to make sure you're clean as well as I'm clean before we have unprotected sex. And that's cool. And you know what? It's easy to do nowadays because you got the little my chart shit. You can just log in on the computer and bring up your motherfucking medical records if it's that serious. But, you know, if somebody wants to see it, then they can see it because it's very easy to get to nowadays. Yeah. So, that's been what's going on this past week. You know, we're going to keep dropping more shit for you. I do have a business video up just talking about 4 easy things that you need to get to start a business, and you can start a business for less than $1,000. So just keep that in mind. Less than $1,000. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. Click the thumbs up button if you like this video. And yeah, you already know what it is, man. Angry Al, Smartalecs Podcast. Shout out to KOG Rod, Queen Marie, Handsome J, Perryon White, dude with the beard, the whole Smartalecs family. I hope everybody's doing good, taking care of yourselves and staying out the motherfucking way. You know what it is, man. Smartalecs, holla at me. Peace.